Hello teacher and hello class. This is a little presentation about using classroom-based language assessment that I consider that is an important topic, and we need to think about the language assessment in of in all of our classes because we are gonna be teachers, and this is an important topic that I consider so important, and we need to be careful with some of these things. Okay. First of all, I'm gonna tell you that I put the reference here in all the the, the pages. So I am gonna read the reference first, and after that I'm gonna answer the question and give a little explanation. Okay. First, how does language assessment differ from language teaching? The references says that about Bachman and Dunlop that says that we have two ways in which language teaching informs classroom-based language assessment. First, the areas of language ability you want to assess in base of the content or learning objectives of the language instruction. And second, the tasks of assessment tasks are also based on the teaching or learning tasks that are used in the classroom. Okay, about the language assessment differ from language teaching, this is a lot of difference because the language assessment is like a quiz, is like opinion or feedback that we are gonna receive from students or some people that we are gonna teach, and the language teaching is about relative of teaching in general, teaching some things, not just the language, teaching every topic. So this is so important because um, like says Benjamin and Dunlop, this is about the areas of language and the ability to inform that, to give the information. This is the ability of us about teaching, and the language assessment is the feedback and the things that you're gonna receive from the learners in general. So this is important point. Second, we have why does language assessment allow to improve teaching and learning. This is so important because it's about to improve how we can do that, and this is relative for feedback. The references says Bachman and Delon says that the teacher are constantly making decisions in the classroom. For example, they make decisions about materials, learning tasks, when to review material with the class, and when to move on the next lesson. So this is important, so important point because all the decisions that we take in the classroom, like use the materials, like learning tasks, taking quizzes, my participation of the children, the students, is important for us because it's kind of we need to take the decision, and then the students we are gonna give up feedback for us. For example, the students didn't like this thing, the students really like the this thing. So this is important because the language assessment is a relation they have a lot of relation with this kind of things, with the improve teaching learning because about the feedback for me it's just for the feedback that we need to the learners for us. Very important. Why do we use language assessment? The reference says, Dan Dashman and Damlor argue that assessments are used in the classroom to edify the students' language ability and to make decisions using information obtained from those assessments. So this is so important, I think, because we need to know about what we are doing good and where we are doing bad. So as I said before, sorry, feedback from the students for us is very important because in my case, I think that I am doing everything good, but the students think the same. I don't know. So I think this is the real importance of the topic of about the students for the teachers, and the students how the references says this is the ability that for example making decisions. If the students don't like these decisions, the students they have the necessity to tell to us because it's like the as I said before, we need to take a very important to the opinion of the students of the learners. It's so important to this. And the last one that I consider this is a good question. What evidence do we need to collect during the assessment? I think this is very important for the materials, for the materials and the tools. And I sounds redundant with this, but the feedback is so important. The feedback and the opinions and the thinkings that we have to the students for us. I think this is very important because we need to improve every class. And how improve about the children, I think, about the learners, because if we are doing something great, the learners gonna tell to us. But if the class was terrible, the students need to say that. Okay, teacher, here we have the bibliography of the presentation, and I think it's all. Thank you very much.